Hey guys, today I would like to talk about the important question of how to date for marriage and select a partner that increases the chance of having a forever marriage, which we all want, of course. And the reason why I think this episode needs to be created, this information needs to reach more into the world, is that we are not being taught how to select a partner. We are taught that stuff happens in our stomach. We feel butterflies, we feel funny feelings, and then you know this is the one. Anyone who has had more than one date knows that this is not a very reliable mechanism. So that is what I would like to talk to you today about. My name is Annemiek, for people who don't know me. I love to talk about marriage, loyalty, truth, how to protect family life and live a life of truth, loyalty and depth. Okay guys, so the reason why it is occupying my mind a lot, this subject of how not to get divorced, how to choose the right man for marriage, is also because I'm raising my daughter, who is a teenager now, and she's very practical and she's very loving, and she will be falling in love probably within now and a few years. So I'm really thinking a lot about the mistakes I made, which are plenty to choose from, so that's very rich. And except for giving her the right example that me and my husband can give to her, what can I tell her? What can I answer her questions with on how to choose the right guy? How do you know how to choose someone? And I know that I was not taught anything or hardly anything about this. So I just decided that trusting my gut was enough. And of course, love is a matter of the heart. It is definitely a matter of the heart, and the heart should lead. However, there is a lot to be said to use your mind and just follow certain, how do you say it? Logical rules. I think the number one biggest mistake we are making is to go all in from day one. What we see right now is that we dive in first, we meet a person, and very quickly we progress to touching them, to sleeping with them, to maybe even saying I love you, to visiting them many times a week, maybe being visited many times a week. And I can imagine that it fits so well in today's age, because we are growing up in a society where we want it all. We want it right now. We want it yesterday. So we want to start with the good part, which is feeling sexual tension, kissing each other, seeing each other because it feels good. And the way I'm promoting it takes a lot more self-discipline, especially in the beginning. On the other hand, if you are selecting a partner to live with forever, then what is a year? What is a few months to take it slow? And the logic I was talking about before is that research has shown that it takes about 200 hours before we feel like, hey, this person is my friend, before we have a feeling of friendship. And what we see is that it takes about 6 hours for us and people to decide if we want to take it somewhere with a love interest. So I would say that this doesn't seem to be like a good idea. And what I see a lot is that people dive head in first, and they call and they text, and they, especially women, pour out everything about their past, their ex, how they feel, how they felt, how they've been hurt. And the thing is that guys are mostly good people. But if you don't take the time to build trust and to share yourself in nuggets, and to wait until trust has been established, until trust has been built over time before opening up, then I see a lot of women getting burned, that they have poured for in their own mind. They feel like they've thrown their soul on the table for someone and it was trampled on. And now I'm asking you, should we be throwing souls on tables in a few weeks, a few months? And I know the feeling that when you meet someone who feels right, that it feels so warm, and it can fill a lot of the things you've been hoping for, maybe for years. And when you meet this person, you can feel so much enthusiasm that you want to share yourself with this person. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to share something with another person. The only thing is that we also know that men and women, they bond differently. Guys bond mostly through the hormone vasopressin. Women bond mostly through the hormone oxytocin. And of course, there's much more to be said about this, but just to give an example of what I mean is that guys appreciate that what they had to sacrifice for. So guys want to feel like, I have accomplished this. And then they feel good about what they accomplish. And I don't know if you can accomplish a woman, but you can definitely accomplish winning a woman's heart. And we see that a lot of women now are on their male side because we have a lot of women who are working, and working is great. I love to work when I can. I'm also, I have some health issues, so I'm limited, but I love working. The only thing is that the workplace is a very testosterone-friendly environment in most cases. It means that it requires a lot of behavior that raises testosterone. So when a woman is working a lot, she's grinding, she is a girl boss, and she's a lot of the time on her male side, and her testosterone is high. So what we see now is that a lot of women are chasing after guys. Even from the first date, they are showing how sexual they are, how much they love sex, and how liberated they are. And the thing is that it puts the guy in the position of receiving. And guys are very practical, they are very efficient. So if a woman is chasing them and they think she's attractive, it's very hard for a guy to refuse and not take this opportunity. It takes a guy of high moral, high character, or there are guys who have high moral, high character, but just are not given the right information. So they just have been taught that, okay, if you can get sex, take it. It's just another opportunity. But because of this, that the women are on their male side a lot, have high testosterone, that means that if a guy is dating you and from maybe the second, third date, he has your body, and maybe you offer so much information about yourself from day one, that they feel that they also have your mind. Even good guys, they feel less satisfied. And the feeling you can both have in the beginning, because it feels good, is that you get what you want right away, which is purely dopamine. And dopamine is the hormone that makes you feel like eating a great cookie. It is nice, it makes you feel really good for a short while, and then you crash. And what you see a lot is that there's this 3-month dip after dating, which you hear from a lot of people. That is when dopamine starts to crash. And also, many people know how to wear a mask, not necessarily a negative lying mask, but a mask that shows your best side. You want to show your best side if you like someone. And people can keep that up for about 3 months, it has been shown. And then you see a lot of crashing. Also the guys, because they've gotten everything they want, but there was not a lot of vasopressin bonding going on. Vasopressin means that the guy is able to make a lot of vasopressin because he gets the opportunity to show his enthusiasm for the woman, and because she is taking it slow, she is minding her heart, she is not being reserved, she can be very open to him, she can tell him she likes him. But the thing is, most women need a lot of safety. They need to feel safe. Women love to feel chosen. It is mostly not the guys who are asking after 1 or 2 months, where are we going? What is this? What is our status? It's mostly the women. Even though we are so liberated, etc., this is just burnt into our DNA. It's also very logical because when we have sex and get bonded to a guy, we can get pregnant. Guys cannot get pregnant. So evolution has imprinted us with a mechanism to protect ourselves, and that is that we want to feel safe before we have sex with a guy. And I think feminism and the message of feminism has distorted this feeling of us wanting to be safe a lot. Because we have been told we can have sex like guys, and many women who have been hurt by guys want to flip the coin around and show that they can also do what guys did to them. I feel that this is not a very, how do you say it? A very healthy way to express sexuality to the other one. Because it will mostly be a case of creating joy for ourselves while using another person, even if the person consents. It is not a very loving way of being. And if we promote this way of having sex and this way of using each other with permission, it doesn't make for a strong society, and it doesn't make for strong marriages, and it doesn't make for a strong family life. We see that one of the biggest indicator of getting a divorce is how many partners someone has had. The more partners, the higher the chances of divorce, especially in women. If a woman has been promiscuous, then she has a 70% great chance of divorce. So I feel like women and men are being, I don't know, it's a very, a word that can lead to a lot of discussion. Victimized, I would say, because the right healthy information has been put in a corner of it's boring. Like taking it slow, creating safety for yourself as a woman, seeing if a guy is worth your trust, taking your time, and protecting your body. And taking your time is a beautiful thing, but it has been promoted as being boring, old-fashioned, and your 20s are for experimenting, etc., etc. And we see time and time again that, yeah, it doesn't build us up to be stronger life partners, because if we are maybe 30, 35 and we meet someone who we want to get married with the lifestyle of that sexual liberation is teaching us, we will have maybe 5, 6 relationships before we meet Mr. Right. And that also means often that our heart has been broken at least the same number of times, maybe less if you were not involved, but that is also strange to have a relationship with someone you don't truly love. And it means that when you reach Mr. Right, you often have heartache, trust issues. And the question is, if we can teach our children and our daughters and our sons something, that we don't have to reach Mr. Right or Mrs. Right with all this luggage, all these trust issues, because it takes a lot of time to heal. And this is something I think is very important to teach, that it's very important who you select and how you select. And yeah, I would definitely tell my daughter to take her time and to start with a relationship with friendship and see if your morals have overlap and if you want the same things in life. And yes, do things together, but I would say do them in a public place. We also have made dating a very private event. Most of the time we date for months without showing these dates to our friends. It's very anonymous. And this is also, why not introduce them right away to your friends, to your family? We used to have a society where we would help select each other. We would tell them how we feel about this person, if it's right for you or not. And it would be more out in the open. Now we are just you and your date in privacy for months, mostly being only confined in the house or in a restaurant without a lot of feedback. And then you're already way in before this person is introduced to your surroundings. Why not make it more transparent? Why not make it more open? And I would advise my daughter, please do nice stuff with the person you fall in love with. But go with friends, go to public places, have fun, get to know each other, and take it easy. Start it as friendship first, and only when you feel like, okay, this is a very great potential. This is a guy I would like to share my life with. Then take it further, and then decide how you want to structure your relationship from then on. Also, I'm still wondering if it's a good idea for teenagers to date, because most guys are only focused on touching a girl for the first time, and girls also, of course, very curious about the other sex, but most girls are quite romantic. I don't know if it's still the case, but I can remember myself being very romantic at that age. And when I fell in love, I was sure I was going to marry this person, etc. So I don't know if it's a good idea to date when you're a teenager. Maybe we just have friendships or something, but I'm still working this out. I don't know if this is good for a modern life. Okay, so this is my opinion, and I'm very curious about how you see it and what you tell your teenage children about love, dating, marriage, how to select a right partner. I would love to know. And if you like this content, you know what to do. Thank you. Bye.